Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel where Cowboys Nation lives and breathes every single day. And today we're diving into something that has fans across the country absolutely fuming. If you're a Dallas Cowboys fan, or even just a fan of fairness in the NFL, you need to hear this. Because what just happened to Micah Parsons, one of the league's brightest young stars, is not just disappointing, it's flat out disrespectful. This isn't just another oversight. This isn't just another snub. This is a monumental mistake by the NFL, and the fans, especially Cowboys fans, deserve real answers. We're talking about a player who's been the very embodiment of excellence since the day he entered the league. A game changer. A defensive terror. And yet somehow, once again, he's being pushed to the side, ignored, and swept under the rug. And if you think this is just about one award, one ranking, or one decision, you're missing the bigger picture. Let's rewind for a second and take a hard look at what's been happening. Micah Parsons burst onto the NFL scene in 2021 and immediately made his presence felt. From day one, this guy was everywhere on the field. Whether it was rushing the passer, stopping the run, or dropping back into coverage, Parsons proved he was not just a good player, he was elite. He racked up Defensive Rookie of the Year honors, Pro Bowl nods, and first-team All-Pro selections. But for some reason, when it comes time for the NFL to hand out major recognition, they always seem to forget about Micah. And this offseason has been no different. Reports surfaced this week that Micah Parsons has once again been overlooked in multiple league-wide rankings and awards. From the NFL Top 100 list to snubs in the Defensive Player of the Year voting, the message seems to be clear: the league either doesn't understand Micah's value or is intentionally ignoring it. And fans are done staying quiet. Because here's the truth: the stats, the impact, the fear he strikes into opposing offenses, it all paints a very different picture than what the league seems willing to admit. How can you look at a player who has 40.5 sacks in 3 seasons, constant double-team attention, and elite pressure rates, and still not give him his due? It's insulting. And it's bigger than just Parsons, it's about a pattern of disrespect toward the star players in Dallas. Now, we know the Cowboys are one of the most polarizing teams in the league. You either love them or you hate them. There's no in between. And that's fine. But the problem is when that polarization turns into bias from the league itself. When refs start calling games differently. When media outlets push narratives that discredit players. And when awards are handed out as popularity contests instead of based on performance. That's when we have a serious problem. And right now, we've reached that boiling point. Because there's no way anyone who's watched the last 3 seasons of football can say, with a straight face, that Micah Parsons doesn't belong in the same breath as the top 3 defensive players in the league. And yet, here we are. So what exactly is the NFL's explanation? Silence. Nothing. No statement. No rationale. Just more of the same disrespect. And Cowboys fans are sick of it. The fact that Micah has to constantly prove himself over and over again, while players on other teams get hyped up for doing half as much, is infuriating. Take a look at the 2024 season alone. Parsons was double-teamed more than any other edge rusher not named Myles Garrett. He still managed to rack up 14 sacks and a league-leading pressure rate. And yet he didn't even crack the top 5 in some rankings. That's not just a miss, that's a slap in the face. Let's talk about consistency. Because that's something Micah has delivered in spades. He's never had a down year. He's never taken his foot off the gas. Every single week, opposing offenses have to game plan around him. He dictates the tempo of the game. He makes quarterbacks nervous before the ball is even snapped. And he does all of that without a single ego-driven headline. No drama. No excuses. Just hard-nosed football. So why is it that a player like that doesn't get the same treatment as others who are constantly celebrated by the league and the media? You want to talk about value? Look at what the Cowboys defense turns into without Parsons on the field. It's night and day. He's the glue, the spark, the engine, and the leader all in one. And yet he's the one who gets overlooked when awards are handed out. It's not just frustrating, it's dangerous. Because when players like Micah don't get recognized, it sends the message that doing things the right way, showing up, grinding every day, and dominating without seeking the spotlight isn't enough. That the only way to get respect is to play in a bigger media market, or have a louder personality, or be on a team the league wants to promote. And if that's the case, then the league is failing its players. And here's the kicker: Micah Parsons isn't just some local hero. He's a national sensation. He has fans all over the country. He's got kids wearing 11 jerseys who want to play defense because of him. He's been a face of Madden. He's done national interviews, late-night shows, podcast appearances, you name it. He's done his part to elevate the league's brand. But when it comes time for the league to return the favor? Crickets. How do you ignore that kind of marketability? That kind of generational talent? How do you justify that? Even other players have started to speak up. Former NFL stars, current teammates, and analysts alike have come to Parsons' defense. They see what's happening. They know the league is making a mistake. When veterans like DeMarcus Lawrence or NFL legends like Deion Sanders come out and say Parsons is being disrespected, you better believe there's weight behind that. This isn't just a fanbase overreacting. This is a league-wide recognition that something is very wrong with the way Micah Parsons is being treated. And to make matters worse, this snub isn't happening in a vacuum. It's happening during a critical time for the Cowboys. The team is trying to lock down their young stars. They're trying to build a future around guys like Parsons, CeeDee Lamb, and Dak Prescott. But if players start to feel like they're not getting their fair share of respect, recognition, or value, what message does that send about staying in Dallas long term? If the league won't promote or reward you for doing things right, why wouldn't a star like Micah eventually consider going somewhere he'll be treated the way he deserves? And let's not forget what this does to fans. Cowboys fans are some of the most loyal, passionate, and invested fans in all of sports. They live and die with every play. They pour their money, time, and energy into supporting this team. So when the league makes decisions that openly disrespect the team's top players, it feels like a betrayal. It's not just about football, it's about pride, identity, and loyalty. Cowboys fans know what they see on the field. They know Micah is a once-in-a-generation player. And they're not going to sit quietly while the league pretends otherwise. So what's next? What can be done? First, the league needs to wake up. They need to start rewarding actual performance, not just hype. Rankings and awards should be based on facts, stats, and impact, not narratives. Second, media outlets need to do better. Analysts, writers, and influencers need to call out this bias when they see it. Stop towing the company line and start giving credit where it's due. And third, fans need to keep pushing. Keep posting. Keep sharing. Keep speaking out. Because when the voice of the people gets loud enough, the league has no choice but to listen. Micah Parsons isn't just another player. He's the heart of the Dallas Cowboys defense. He's the soul of a franchise that's hungry to return to greatness. And he deserves to be treated with the respect that he's earned, not just by fans, but by the NFL itself. If the league wants to promote the best version of itself, if it wants to stand for excellence, integrity, and greatness, then it needs to recognize the players who embody those values. And Micah Parsons is at the top of that list. So here's the message to the NFL: fix it. Make it right. Stop letting bias and politics get in the way of truth. Give Micah Parsons the recognition he's earned. And to all the Cowboys fans out there, don't let up. Keep making noise. Keep standing up for your guys. Because change doesn't happen when we whisper, it happens when we roar. And right now, it's time to roar for Micah. Thanks for watching, Cowboys Nation. If you agree that the league owes Parsons and this fanbase some serious answers, make sure to like this video, drop a comment with your thoughts, and subscribe so you never miss another update. We'll keep holding the league accountable. Until next time, let's go Cowboys!